Coming at you pre-recorded from a studio in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, it's the Almost Too Late Show! Starring, it's Kyle Archer! Tonight's guest is Stefan Triveri! Featuring nobody else! Ladies and gentlemen, let's make some noise for the man, the myth, and the star-studded idiot, Kyle Archer!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Sorry. Welcome to another episode of the Almost Too Late Show. Get it together. We have a fantastic guest coming up in this episode. Oh god, it's happening.
Dancing with my pants off.
I'm dancing
with my sunglasses on.
My sunglasses are on. Yay!
I'm dancing with my pants off.
Dancing.
And my sunglasses on.
Dance off. Dance off.
No one cares about me, just my small rat family. So I get down on my knees, screaming, please, 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 give them cheese, cheese, cheese.
Hey!
Dancing with my pants off and my sunglasses on.
Sunglasses on.
I'm dancing with my pants off, with my sunglasses on.
Dancing with my sunglasses on.
We have a fantastic episode planned for you today, tonight, or tomorrow. That doesn't make sense. Stefan Triveri will be in the building, on site, tonight, in the future. And you know what they say about the future. Once you go bold, you never get old. Look it up. Don't actually look it up. Don't. I do want to apologize for my voice. It has been going through, however they say, the Kentucky Derby ringer. Because, you know, it's feeling a little hoarse. Get it? Because the Kentucky Derby racers race horses. And throats also a little hoarse. And sometimes they have little horses race. Shit. Pap smear was first created by scientists so that they could study animals' reproductive systems. That is a fact. Pap smear is not created for grandfathers. That is also a fact. Sorry, Gramps. And that was Kyle Archer presents The Facts. I would like to take this time to give a shout out to the following sponsor, Flarp the Drink. Whenever it tastes good, it tastes great. I don't like it in my mouth, I don't like it in my mouth, I don't like it in my mouth. Who made this drink? This literally tastes like sweat coming out of a camel's butt cheeks. 2 months of raw eggs dropped into 2 months of raw milk. You shake it up in a blender and you boil it down with horchata. That's exactly what this tastes like. And that's not good, I've tried it. This drink right here tastes like absolute greatness. Flarp the Drink. When it tastes good, it tastes great. This week at the Almost Too Late show, we have a guest who is bringing out an album. He's promoting an album. And we thought that it was the best time ever to finally show you the world's first ever silent music video. Check it out. I know, right? I know. That's a crowd silencer right there.
Trying to squeeze through all that chatter.
One time, I met Tom Cruise at a church. Really nice guy, very nice guy, but turns out he quit acting. He's a scientist now. Ladies and gentlemen, up next is the moment that you've all been waiting for. Let me bring out the man, the myth, the legend, Stefan Triveri, for promoting his new album, Breathe, an Illusory Notion of Arrivals. Woo! What the hell happened to the lights? Oh, they're back on. Hey! Stefan, hey! How's it going?
It's good.
How'd you get there so fast?
Oh, when I heard I was going to be on the show, I wanted it to be up to my standards, so I had some new lights installed.
That's not okay. This is...
Really?
Yeah. How long have you been doing that?
Just a few days. You want to see it again? Sure.
Oh, yeah, and the lights are off. Okay, cool. What the hell, man?
Pretty cool, right?
No!
No?
A little bit.
Pretty rad.
Can we just... This isn't right. Can we just, I'll get it.
Nah, it only works for me. It's sound recognized.
Oh.
That better?
Don't do that. We're done.
No?
We're done. No. Stefan, hey, welcome to the show. Welcome to the show.
Glad to be here, man.
Thank you so much for coming to the show. It's first live guest. So, Stefan Triveri, ladies and gentlemen, you're clapping at home. They're clapping for you. Thank you. Yeah. Feel it. Know it. Let's go ahead and get right into this. So your album, Breath, an Illusory Notion of Arrivals. Obviously, you told me that you have been working on this album since 2017.
Yeah.
That's insane. That's such a long time ago.
I know, right?
Whenever you finally realized that it was done, how did that feel?
Dude, it was surreal, honestly. Like, not because like there was like a big, like fancy party or like a big
Right.
album release, but the fact just having a project that you had for so long that to be done with it's weird because it was in my daily routine.
Mm-hmm.
Like for the past year. Like I started recording it in like September and finished it kind of like in the summer.
Right.
And was mixing it the whole time. And dude, it's weird, but it feels so good because I always listen to it when it's done, and I kind of sit back and I'm like, oh.
Yeah,
Thank
like
you.
I did this. I created this.
Exactly.
This is my baby.
Yeah.
So, what was your... You've been doing music for a very long time. When did you say like you first really picked up the guitar and was like, this is something that I can see myself doing?
Man, I've been asked that before, and I don't really know. It's because I had 3 older brothers who were all into music too, so I was always around it. So if there was a guitar around, I played it, and one of my brothers was a drummer, so I wanted to play the drums. So I kind of learned from all of them,
The drummer guys. So you started with the drums.
I probably started with guitar,
Right. Okay.
and then slowly moved into drums because I was just intrigued. It's so cool.
Right.
You
Yeah.
get to hit stuff.
Yeah. I wanted to always do drums. Well, my sister actually always wanted to do drums, but
Yeah.
my dad would never let her do it because it would be way too loud for the house.
It is. I mean, it is.
Right.
It's really loud.
Yeah. So your album, obviously, there is a lot of, at least from what I heard from an outside perspective, a lot of like Blink-182 kind of like vibes. And what are some other inspirations that you had?
There were a lot. Definitely, I mean, the first song in the album, Crash Site, was
Right.
heavily a Blink-182 song, inspired song for sure. There was a lot of, alternative rock bands and pop-punk bands like Yellow Card and Blink-182, especially Angels and Airwaves. But there were some odd ones, like, I don't know if you've heard of an artist called Steven Wilson.
I haven't, no.
Yeah, not many have.
It's all right.
But he was a big inspiration for this couple of songs in this album. So a lot of different things, and honestly, because sometimes you try to write songs, like I want to write a song like this band, you know. And sometimes that's okay because you know that's your inspiration. But sometimes things just basically the song "Counting Sheep" on the record is probably the best example of me. I just wrote a song and it was just me, you know.
Now I know that this is the 100% musical mystery whenever it comes to anybody who creates music, and it's probably different for every song. But for you personally, what do you see comes first? What the music or the lyrics?
Man, I've had it work both ways. I think it's easier for me to finish a song if the music comes first.
Okay.
Because I kind of build the structure off of that, and I
feel like you can kind of like feel where the rhythm is going, and understand where where you.
And I kind of do this thing where like I kind of just sing syllables, and sometimes I kind of write the words based off of that. And I have written songs where a lyric came first, but it's way more difficult because sometimes I sing the lyric one way and it doesn't fit like the tempo,
and you can't find a sound that matches the way.
Exactly. Like or the dictation or like the rhythm just doesn't work. You know.
Crash Site is the first song on the album. Why did you choose to put that as your first song?
It was the first one I wrote for one, and it has this kind of bombastic intro. It kind of just feels like the beginning of a record.
Okay.
You know? I kind of just knew, and but again, it was the first one I wrote, so like when songs kind of came along, it was just like, okay, well that was the first one, and it felt like the first one. So and it has like the big like O's and whatnot. So
I was gonna say that definitely. I can agree with you on that. Whenever I first listened to the record, it definitely has like that build kind of, and then it's just like you're like, okay, I'm in this. You know, it hooks you in. It hooks you in. Yeah, absolutely. So you took 4 years between writing and doing post-production. What is one of the biggest struggles or challenges that you had kind of going into this? I know that in your track-by-track videos, you said that you use like a sock as like a, what is it?
Pop filter.
Yeah, pop filter. And you were in like a dorm room recording. Were there any like other harder challenges that you had too?
Man, well that was, I was doing like the demos for Crash Site when what you're referring to.
Right.
The O's, which are actually the ones that are on the record, because I just like the way it sounded. But the biggest challenge, I didn't have many recording wise, besides, I mean just doing, because I did everything myself, so everything is kind of difficult because you don't have anybody to bounce ideas off of, so you kind of get stuck in your own ways. But really just the biggest struggles were finishing writing a couple of specific songs in the album.
Right.
Yeah.
What was one of the hardest ones that you had?
The final song, Find Me Where, was the hardest song.
Was it? How long did it take you?
Man, the entirety of 4 years.
Wow.
Literally, like, I had the like original 3, I called them, which was Crash Site, Take Me As Your Weapon, and True Love Lies Elsewhere. And then Breathe and Find Me Where came along. And the rest of those progressed, and then this one didn't. And but it was so good. It had that big intro, and I was like, I know this can be a great song,
right?
But I don't know what to do.
You couldn't put your finger on it. It's just like it's right there, you know.
Yeah, and the best way to continue finishing writing a song is to sit on it and get perspective. Like because I kept writing, I wrote other songs and just let time go by, and then eventually, it came to me.
Now, whenever you are recording, do you prefer singing hooks, bridges, or verses?
Man, I really like verses.
Like, what do you get excited for?
I do get excited for the verses.
Okay.
The choruses, I feel like there's too much pressure. I'm like, this is what people hear.
Right, that's the hook. I mean, that's supposed to hook you in every single song.
So there's a lot of pressure for that to be good.
Right.
But the verses I like because those are usually the most interesting lyrics, in my opinion, that I write. And I like telling the story. Yeah. How did you like that, telling the story?
I liked it. It was very portrayed. Yeah. Tell the story.
Telling the story.
No, I hear you. So let's talk about your album title, Breathe, an illusory notion of arrivals. Great word. Great word. So what does that mean? In all honesty, I mean, I tried to make...
You know what's funny is I explained it to somebody, one of my friends, perfectly, and I was like, that's the tag, like that is the tagline. I do not remember what the hell I said. But I can explain it.
Back.
I can explain it. So Breathe, so it's 2 titles. There's Breathe and then An Illusory Notion of Arrivals. Breathe was kind of like a mantra during this period of depression and anxiety. It was literally just, it's kind of cliche, but it's literally just like, okay, breathe. Stay calm, deal with it, and breathing is, breathing techniques is a great way to do it.
Yeah, of course. I mean, meditation is literally like breathing helps you center back to literally yourself.
Exactly.
So,
So it's a reference to literally the time of depression that I experienced kind of throughout college, and it's also literal, like
right.
breathe.
It's,
and then the second title is the tough one, but it's a couple of things. It's a reference to my first EP, Departures, which was kind of the story of me leaving high school and being scared but excited for college. So going to Pittsburgh. So that was kind of the first part. So the record's a continuation of that. So there's Departures and Arrivals, and
that's cool. I didn't notice that. That's
so
clever.
That part.
This guy thinks. He uses his brain.
I use what little I've got left up here.
It's there. It's moving. It's cranking.
The illusory notion of arrivals, like, it's kind of a fancy way of saying, like, the grass is or isn't always greener. Like,
so it's like kind of like all perspective.
Exactly. Like the idea of what's on the other side of wherever you're going of your journey. Like, you truly don't know whatever it is going to be like or feel like until you actually experience it.
I see what you're saying.
So the illusion of the idea of what's on
of the future.
Of the future.
I got you. No, it's a really cool name. I love it. It's very cool. It makes you think and it makes you want to know more about it.
Do you know where I got the idea for it? Do you watch the show Community?
I watched like half of it. I'm working on it still,
I love
and
that
I'm
show.
embarrassed to say that on camera. So thank you for that, Stefan.
It's okay. The last episode of the show, this isn't a spoiler,
okay,
but the episode is called it's called The Emotional Consequences of Broadcast Television, and it's like the most meta thing you've ever heard in your life, because it's a reference to like the hardships that the show went through.
Yeah, sounds real meta.
Yeah, literally, because they were right in it, and with TV and I've always thought that was so cool, and I wanted to have a really smart.
That's the thing, though. If you can make meta work, it's brilliant. It really is. But as soon as it like starts to come off as cheesy in the slightest way, it's wrecked.
Yeah.
But I think you found the fine line for the album.
Thanks.
Who would you want? Who is the dream person that you would want to sing one of your hooks?
But he's not the greatest singer.
That's okay. I mean,
my favorite band, his name is No Rave, so I love Tom DeLonge. Singing though, man, it's kind of hard not to say Taylor Swift.
Right.
Isn't that surprising?
A little bit, actually.
A little surprising.
Just a little bit. I was not expecting
I
Taylor
gotta
Swift.
say, though.
A little bit of teeth swizzle for you.
Because think about it. I have a lot of respect for her.
And who shouldn't? Like,
Think about it.
She's an icon.
Right. So she's an iconic pop star, right? Then she gets screwed over with like the rights to her music.
Right.
Then says, "Fuck it, I'm gonna re-record everything."
Right.
And do it better. Like, that is the most punk thing
and she crushes
ever,
it too.
Dude, right?
It's so cool.
And then did like 2 of the best albums I've ever heard.
The thing is too, she is not afraid to try. Like, she started with country, then she went to pop, and then she was like, they're taking control. Then went to folklore, and then like
folklore, dude. That song Exile.
You ever listen to that in the woods?
No.
Do it.
Probably should.
Do it.
I mean, just really get in there.
Listen. Like audience, listen to folklore in the woods. Changes your life.
Oh, actually, real quick.
Yes.
The real answer is probably Hayley Williams.
Hayley Williams
from Paramore.
Oh yeah.
She's probably got my favorite voices in rock and roll, and that's probably
magical.
The real answer.
Magical.
Yeah, man, I love her.
Well, ladies, thank you for coming in.
Dude,
I really appreciate it.
Man.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
loved it. It was great.
Stefan Triveri, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you listen to his new album, Breathe, an illusory notion of arrivals. Thanks for coming on, man. Appreciate it. Thank you, everybody, for watching the show. You know the drill. Like, subscribe, share, tell a friend, tell a not friend, tell a tale as old as time. Beauty and the Kyle. With that being said, my name is Kyle Archer, and this is the Almost Too Late Show. Have a great night, ladies and gentlemen. Stefan, no.